Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the new makeup releases for this week. So if you want to see what's new in makeup, then just keep on watching. By the way, this look will be up for next week, Tuesday. I was a little bit late, so this is except for I wanted to upload this on Thursday. I did not. This one look, by the way, is with the Fearless Holiday palette by DD Signatures. So if you want to see a tutorial with that, watch the Tuesday. That will be fun. Okay, let's start with a collection we talked about last week, but we didn't have the full collection. This is the New Moon collection with Colourpop together. And this one, we now have the whole collection. And I'm happy to report that there is indeed an eyeshadow palette, which last week we had just had the shimmer oil as well as the shimmer red lip. We do have together with that, we do have also the New Moon eyeshadow palette, which is 24 bucks. We have two Super Shock shadows, which are $9 each. We have two lip kits, which one is the Vulturi and one is, I think, the Wolves or Jacob in particular. I'm not 100% sure. We do have the Ultra Glossy Lip, which is the red metallic shimmer lip, as well as the Multichrome Shadow Sticks in 3 different shades, as well as the So Glow Oil, which we had last week again. I do have to say, New Moon was not my favorite movie of the 4. I'm telling you that right away. Just saying. I do think though the colors as well as the selection of these are really, really amazing. Will I purchase this one? I'm not sure. I think the palette itself is more of a warm tone palette. Definitely is more speaking to me than the first one, because the first one was of course quite cool toned, quite cool toned, you know. I mean, I get it. Again, the film had like a blue shimmer on top of it. And again, New Moon did not. It's more warm. Again, I like that it is definitely more suited for the movie. Again, shimmer oil will be not included. I think like the lip kits are cute, like a brown one for, again, the Wolves or Jacob. I'm not sure which one particular this is catered to. And then one for the Vulturi. I do have to say though, I mean, brown and red, quite basic. Just saying. I mean, I like both of them colors, don't get me wrong, but I do own those colors. You know what I mean? I do think the shimmer shadows or the Super Shock shadows are quite cool. These are more, I would say, like the red is more of a brownish red, so a warm tone brown, so quite wearable, as well as the gold is more of a brown gold, which again, quite wearable. They are marbled, so again, definitely something that you could wear. The multichrome sticks are cute, but I have to say, when I swatched these, I was like, those are 3 times the same color. At least in my opinion. Yes, they differ slightly. It's nothing to write home about. Again, the only thing that would draw me in is probably the palette. And the palette is cute, but also not super, super, super duper excited. So I want to purchase it. So for me, and probably let's keep that real, this palette as well as the whole collection will be sold out probably like this, and I'm not that fast. So for me, this is a skip, but not because, again, I told you, like it's a skip, but I feel like it's not just me that is in this here. We do have new foundations by Anastasia Beverly Hills as well as a new setting spray, and I feel like this year, again, last year was glowy skin, like light to medium coverage. I feel like we're going back into the matte direction. Both of these are matte products. So the first is the Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. I'm not sure about the shade range. We do have 30 mils, which is a quite regular shade, like volume, I would say. And then we do have the Impeccable 24-Hour Blurring Matte Setting Spray, which again blurs. I feel like, how do I say that? I do like a good natural finish. I do have like quite dry skin in that area and then quite oily in that. So for me, again, I do like a quite like glowy skin here, because again, it's matte there now, like dry, so that's working. But I also do like a more natural finish because it gives me a quite good medium for both. Like it's not too oily in my T-zone, it's not too drying in my like rest of the face, if you will. So I'm like a little bit torn because I don't mind a matte. This one seemed to be also a medium to full coverage, which again, it's not my favorite. I do like a light to medium at the moment. Of course, again, I'm quite old, so I'm not having to cover a ton of things. I feel like, again, when I was younger, I had to cover more just because of breakouts and all the things. I don't hate it, but I'm not sure. Should I try it? I've never tried Anastasia's foundations before. Setting spray, again, I'm like, listen, I do look to use like cheap ones, to be honest, because I feel like a setting spray is something you go through quite quickly, just saying. But maybe that should work. You know what I mean? Like, let me know. What do you think? Should I try this? If you will, I will try this. We do have 2 new palettes by Unearthly Cosmetics. We do have, first of all, the Murky Meadow. It's a £9 palette, as you can tell here. This one is $42. I feel like this, let's talk about this for a sec. I feel like this is a more brown green palette. If you like, I like the pop of like really bright green in the middle. I feel like sometimes that is just missing in like eyeshadow palettes. If you do a green, like do bring in like at least one cute shade, just saying. I do enjoy it. This is again more of a, I would say, warm toned neutral green palette. I feel like Unearthly is at the moment in that stage where we do have a ton of palettes that are more, I would say, user friendly, not as colorful, more natural, if you will. Again, there's a bright green in here, we don't talk about that. And then we do have also the Shadow Petal palette. Again, this is also, I feel like, though this is $32 and this is also a £9. This is more of a mauvey cool tone palette. So we do have more of a warm toned natural neutral palette as well as a more cool tone neutral palette. Again, we do have here a little bit more of a rose in here. I feel like both of them are cute, but both of them are not like wheeling me in, if you know what I mean. Even though I do like a good neutral look, don't get me wrong, I feel like the other palettes that they released in the last month were more my speed, because they were neutral but they had colors, you know what I mean. I mean, this one has as well, there's a bright green in here, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I feel like both of them are cute, but not so cute that I want to buy it, you know what I mean. Cute but not too cute, or not my preference. Maybe let's go with not my preference per se. Okay, listen, hear me out. I do love that. This is by Sephora collection. We talked about it, like I feel like a lot of Sephora collection products are now changing, bringing new stuff. I do like that, and this one I like as well, and you get me in a sec. This one these ones are face palettes. I don't think they go deep enough, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I like the concept of this. This is a bronzer, highlighter, and then two blushes, which is a more pink cone as well as more, at least for my color story, let's say like this, and then a more peach. That's exactly what I want. It's that simple. I normally bigger normally in here to tell you that I do enjoy like a good trio of like a bronzer, a highlight, and a blush, and we will talk about one in a sec. But I normally tell you that I do like the bronzer shade, but then they have a pink blush. And at the moment, I'm not into pink blushes, guys. I am not. I do like a combination if we have like a pink and like a peach blush. Will I use the peach blush more? Yes, I will. But I'm like pliant to that. But this time we do have a combination of both. And I feel like for both, it's a warm tone blush as well as a more cool tone blush. I do like that. Because I feel like for the, again, the lightest, how are they called? I don't think they have like, I can't see like the light to medium, is it? Then we do have medium to 10 and then 10 to deep. I'm not sure how deep that goes, to be honest. But for me, the light to medium shade, I feel like the bronzer looks more cool toned, which again, I definitely need. The highlighters seem to be light enough for me. I love that. And then we do have again a pink as well as a peach tone blush, which I would definitely go with a bit more of the peach, but I don't mind having the other one. So for me, that is a win-win in all situations. You know what I mean? And I feel like they are quite affordable, 22 bucks for 4 products. I do think this is higher in price. I mean, for Sephora collection, to be honest. But again, for me, that is a win-win. Definitely interested in this. And again, I do enjoy it. And at least one brand that brings us like otherwise I would sit here and tell you, oh well, we do have pink blushes, woohoo, twice, yay, you know what I mean? I like that. I do enjoy that. Definitely will put that in my order list. Also a brand we talked about last week, which we did not see the inside. We now see the inside of the Snow Angel palette. This one is a more muted palette, if you will, but it is a colorful one, which I do like. We do have 18 shades, if I'm not mistaken. It is 12 mattes, 6 duochrome or multichrome shimmers, which I mean I like. We do also have 3 lip glosses as well as 3 liquid blushes. I do think this is a really, really cute collection. I do like the colors. Yes, definitely more muted than I maybe would like, but on the other hand, we do have more like deeper tones as well as lighter tones. So I'm not mad about it, to be honest. Do you want me to try Simply Posh? I was not sure if I do, but I mean I could. Just saying. I think we did not talk about the new collection by Dior. This is the Glowmania collection, if I'm not mistaken. And we do have 2 eyeshadow palettes. We do have nail polishes. We do have a highlighter, I'm thinking. We do have some new colors for the like glow lip glosses. I think, listen, I'm not sure. This is not listed in my list. I know that is super like specific. But I feel like this is okay. It's nothing I'm like too keen, if you will. I think the eyeshadow palettes at least are a little bit more colorful. Listen, at least a little bit. We're like, listen, we get every single time we get the same like warm tone, cool toned eyeshadow palettes by like higher end beauty brands. And I do think this is at least like a step in the right direction, if you will. Are they the most colorful? No, they're not. But also they're a little bit pastel, which I mean, if you like that, great. You go for that. I think for me, this is a skip. Again, like a purple highlighting powder, I'm thinking. Could be a blush as well. I'm not 100% sure. It's not listed down. Yeah, listen, I'm not into that. The lip glow oils, still not purchasing any of that because they are really, really expensive for a lip product I already can have from the drugstore. Just saying. I don't think this is a bad collection, I'm telling you. I think it's cute. Again, I like that they added at least a little bit more of a pastel vibe to the whole thing. I'm not hating this. Is it my favorite collection at all? Nope. I do like to have a little bit more color just because I'm pale AF and those colors wash me out. This is a personal preference. If you do love Dior and you do love like a pastel color as well as a little bit of color, but again, they do have a little bit of color, this could be amazing, perfectly fine for you. For me, this is a skip. Patricia is also giving us new blush shades, 4 to be exact. Let me see. This is She Knows Who She Is, Seductive. She Left Me on Red. She Goes to the Gym. I feel like these names are really specific and random at the same time. Especially Seductive. That's not even like... I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. They are $38 each. You do get a cream as well as a powder blusher in here. We do have a bright red. We do have more cool tone pinks, warm tone pinks, deeper pink. I think in general this is a nice addition to the products he already has. None of these colors like I feel like are made for me. Just saying. I feel like the extreme red is amazing. Will look beautiful on darker skin tone. On me, so much, you know. I do have to watch my blush application. Just saying, I don't hate these colors. Again, none of them are like speaking to me. So for me, this is a skip, but in general, I do think it's a great release. Okay, we do more cherry collections. This is by Real Techniques. It's the cherry on top collection. This is limited edition. And like Real Techniques does that quite often, that they just like use different colors for the handles, or like sometimes also like other brushes or products in general. I do have to say, it's cute and all. I feel like in general we do have a great thing. We do have a mini marshmallow puff trio. We have the Mesmerize makeup brush trio, and it's all blush makeup brushes, and a brighter hue base brush set. They're around $9.99 to $18.99. I feel like, again, it's not a bad set, I would say. Will I purchase this? No. And I feel like, I don't know. Like, it's for Real Techniques, I often feel like we do saw the brushes already, or they are not like something we don't already own, to be honest. So for me, that is something like I do have a ton of brushes, and sometimes I'm like, listen, sometimes I get carried away, which mostly than not I do. But I feel like this is nothing I'm super like excited about. It's nothing like bad. If you don't have a ton of Real Techniques brushes, I do still have a ton of the brushes. I'm just not using that at the moment, if you know what I mean. Again, I do have quite a selection though, so that's not like surprising at all. Again, I don't think I won't purchase any of these. Again, I do have a ton of brushes. I don't need no brushes. I did purchase no brushes. We don't talk about that here. But yeah, I think I will skip on this. We also have a new Belize by Fenty Beauty, which I feel like we hadn't had in a long time. And I'm pretty sure we did, but probably just new like colors or something from a product in per se. But this one is a new setting spray. This is the Fenty Beauty You Mist setting spray. It is a hybrid formula that hydrates, protects against pollution, and makes your makeup last all day. So we do have, like, again, the pollution thing, the hydration thing, and then we also have the like setting thing of the makeup. I don't hate it, but again, I'm staying with the thing I've said before. I do think like drugstore is doing great releases as well. I do like the setting spray by Elf. I do like the ones from Sheila. I also enjoyed, as well as like Makeup Revolution, also sometimes like Essence. So for me, I won't purchase that one, but it's not looking bad, just saying. Okay, listen, hear me out. I don't know if you see that picture, what do you think? Which brand is this? You're wrong. It's Makeup Pore. I did not listen. When I saw this picture, I was like, oh, this is some of the like CoverGirl or something like this. It's not. This is Makeup Forever. It's the Super Boost Lip Gloss, and we get 4 different shades. This is yeah, interesting kind of looking applicator or doe foot. I feel like this could be really cute. I have to say though, I thought this looks cheap. I'm staying with that. I think like packaging wise, this is looking cheap. In comparison to other things Makeup Forever is giving us, this is looking cheap. I'm just telling you that. I don't like the packaging. Not the product itself. I don't have anything against the product. I feel like a good lip gloss is great. I do like a good lip gloss all the time. I'm thinking, listen, give me the glossy lip. I'm all about the glossy lip. You know what I mean? So I'm totally up there. I'm just thinking that I'm like, that packaging is looking cheap. I'm not sure what it is about it. I won't purchase this one. Again, I do have other glosses. The color selection, I mean, it's 4 colors. You know what I mean? I'm thinking they will probably bring out more colors in the future. I don't hate it. I don't love it. So for me, this is a skip as well. Let's do CoverGirl next. CoverGirl is releasing a whole brand of new products. This is the True Skin Enhancer Balms. We do have bronzers, contours, blushes, as well as highlighters. They are almost like around $13 depending on where you buy it and if they are on sale. I don't hate this. I think we did talk about some of these products, at least the contour, if I'm not like reminding, if I remind correctly. I do think in general the colors look good. Are they going like deep enough? I don't think so, but I mean, I wish that there also would be a little bit more highlighting shades. There are just two, and I feel like both of these shades don't seem to work on me, just saying, or will not work on me. The brush looks cute. Again, also would be love to see more shades, especially also for darker skin tones, just saying. But in general, don't hate it, but I'm also not like would buy them right away, so it's a skip for me. We do have an eyeshadow by Davini Cosmetics, Davini Beauty. This is the Divinity palette. Like, I mean, that's kind of interesting. I love it. We do have like a more blue toned neutral palette with a little bit of pop of pink and red. I do think in general the palette looks really, really cute. It's more of a neutral palette with a little bit of color, you know what I mean? And if you love that, that's amazing. I don't think this is like a bad palette. Again, at the moment, I do like a little bit more of a brighter color shade range. So for me, that's a skip, but I do think this is really cute. Let's recap the things I said when I talked about the Sephora collection palette. We do have Physicians Formula, which giving us like duos. These are the Butter Glow and Go multi-use sticks. We do have a contour, bronzer, blush, eyeshadow, lip color, and more, depending on what you want to use it for, of course. These are the, like, again, these butter things they always do. And this is exactly what I said beforehand, that there is a bronzer, and then we do have a blush, and blush is always pink tone. Yeah, hate that for me. The colors itself look really, really cute. Just saying, I feel, again, the lightest color would be probably working for me. But again, it's a baby pink. Yeah, we are sitting here now, and I'm telling you, yeah, I do like the bronzer, or in this case, it's a bronzer. None of these are contour shades. Listen, they're all warm tones. I'm not sure why they say bronzers, but all warm tones. So these are, again, bronzer shades, not contour at all. And then we do have blushes. Again, cute, but pink. I don't have anything against pink. I just don't enjoy being limited to pink. Like, do a second thing with the same bronzers or contours. I mean, I would love to have contours in this, but again, do the bronzers and then bring out the same thing just with like warm tone blushes. It's always the same. That is winding me up. I'm sorry for that. I don't think these are bad products. Again, I don't think that. If you love pink tones, this could be perfect. But also, let's see that. Like, these are warm toned bronzers, and then you have more cool toned pink blushes. I'm just, listen, I'm like, I wish that then do contours with warm toned blushes. I would be up for that. I would love that, to be honest, 100%. If there would be, again, the bronzers with more peachy toned, neutral leaning blushes, I would be up there. I would buy it. I would love it. Again, I do like the few products I've tried by Physicians Formula. Physicians Formula is not that long in Germany. I think I liked a lot, but again, yeah, color selection, it's a skip for me. We do have a new product by Beauty Fave. This is the Pore Perfecting Blurring Primer. This one, again, is one of those tops. I do have to say it's not my favorite, just saying. But of course it has all the ton of the blurring effect. I do have to say I'm a little bit curious about this, because the last like blurring primer I had were by Glam, and it worked. But the problem I normally have is that with these blurring primers, they're like, my foundation is just gliding off my face because they don't sink in, you know what I mean? It's just like silicone and then they flop away. So for me, this is like always like something, I love to have a blurring primer, but I'm just not getting how the stuff is staying on my face after a few hours. Just saying. So for me, this is, I don't know, maybe. What do you think? Write it down in the comments. This one I like to see. This one is really nice. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, and these ones are the Hollywood contour ones. I'm always forgetting what she's calling them, and they get in the colors, which I love. We had like one shade if I'm not mistaken, like a cool toned contour shade, which again I do like. But we now have a fair, medium, 10 deep, as well as deep, which I love. And I have to say, I do always love that we do have a neutral shade as the fair. I mean, I'm a more neutral shade myself, so I do enjoy that. If you're like overly in cool tones, overly in warm tone, that could be maybe a problem, but I do enjoy that. Just saying. Again, we do have 5 new shades. The fair is new, medium is new, as well as 10 deep, as well as deep. So we had fair, medium, as well as medium deep beforehand. So I really enjoyed that, to be honest. Yeah, I do enjoy that. I do like the colors. Would definitely go with the fair. I do enjoy that quite a bit. So for me, I do enjoy it, love it, definitely would try. We talked about this one and this collection, I think like 2 weeks ago. Maybe, I think not last week. I think 2 weeks ago. This is the Lethal Cosmetics as well as Dexter collaboration, and we do have quite a few products. We do have a palette, a brush set, liquid highlighters, lip oils and stains, and then also nail polishes. Listen, I'm out from the nail polishes, again, do my own things, but the palette is like kind of cool. We do have like the box is like the one where he collected the blood samples with. Again, I did watch, I think the first or second or both like seasons of Dexter, and then I trickled out. I'm sorry for that. But it's just kind of cool. I will not purchase the brush set. Again, I do have too many brushes to count and too many to do another round of them. I do think though the palette is really cute. We do have red tones, we do have browns, as well as a little bit of grays. So it's your typical, I would say, like red, gray tones, like for the past. I feel like some collections that was quite a reasonable color story for that. I do think the lip oils and stains look kind of cool, to be honest. Really, really cute. Definitely would try those. We do have 4 colors of that. We do have the liquid highlighter. Did I say that? There's a liquid highlighter as well. This seemed to be a really nice color. Again, for the nail polishes, listen, I'm not doing the nail polishes. I would be interested again in the palette, the stains, as well as the highlighter that seems to be like a clear one with shimmer, if you will. That one would be good as well. Do you want me to try the collection? Which product specific? Write it down in the comments. We also have a new collection by Kiko Milano, which you know that I always tell you that Kiko is a staple and good brand, a really decent brand. But normally the product or the thing that reels me in the most is like the collection design, because the product itself never changed so much. We do have more neutral leaning palettes. We do have sometimes some colors. We do have great like product staple, decent products itself, like lip products, as well as foundation products, bronzing products, blush products. Again, decent through it. Mostly though, what reels me in really is the design of the palettes and the design of the whole collection. We do have the, let me see, this is the Street Hard collection. We do have, as you can tell, a ton of products. There are lip products, there are face products, there's some liners, there are lip liners, mascara. There's an eyeshadow palette, which I won't say it's more colorful. For Kiko it is, but in general it's not. Like we do have brown tones or neutral tones, and then we do have like the basic colors, like a yellow, a pink, like a purple, as well as a blue. Listen, I feel like the things that reel me in the most, I mean, the lip products are quite good, to be honest. We have the vinyl lip lacquers, which, meh, to be honest. Again, palette is out. I think the eyeliners are cool as well. The colors though are like quite fitting for the collection. For me though, like a pink, purple, black or yellow are nothing like super duper exciting. I feel there are liquid shadows as well, if I'm not mistaken, which the mattes are a little bit too cool tone for my liking. They seem to be like a cream bronzer highlighter duo, which for my liking are a little bit too deep. Not deep enough, don't get me wrong, too deep for me. Like medium tones, That's amazing. There is also some liquid highlighters as well as liquid blushes. These kind of look good. Not sure if that is working out though. There's a mascara, a lip balm, as well as the face primer, and there's also Posh. Again, in general, the products seems decent. For me, again, personally, I feel like the only product that would, again, liquid blushes, they do look good. Nothing too exciting though. So for me, this is a skip. Would you want to see any of these in action? I feel like the palette is quite, yeah, quite, again, okay and decent, but nothing that like wheels you in directly. We also have some new products by Rare Beauty or Rare Skincare. Is it the same? I'm thinking Rare Beauty, and it's the skincare brand part of that one, not color cosmetics, just like body and skincare. We do have the Awaken Confident Bouncy Body Cream. We do have the Awaken Confident Body and Hair Fragrance Mist. Listen, again, still on the round where I'm like, I'm trying to be better with like body lotion, but I have to say I'm not going to do the hair mist because I'm using perfume, not on my hair though, just saying, but I'm fine with that. So for me, this is a skip. They do look pretty though, as per usual. They always do. I do think like the design of Rare Beauty, I do like that a lot. Again, the product itself, it's great. Will I purchase this? No. Because I can't even, like, I'm really bad with body lotion. I'm having to say that. Do I have dry skin? Yes, I do. Do I care? No, I don't. So yeah, that's a skip for me. There's also a new eyeshadow palette by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Blend Bunny Cosmetics is releasing the plastic palette, if I'm not mistaken. This is retailed for $34, which I feel is quite reasonable, like for a big palette. Just saying. I do enjoy the palette. It is more of a pink, like, the palette itself is not so pink as you think because the packaging is pink. You know what I mean? Like, this is more of, I would say, like a neutral leaning palette with some pink tones, and then again a bright pink shimmer as well as a bright pink matte. But in general, I think like the palette itself is more wearable than you think, but the packaging is pink, so it looks way more colorful than it actually is. I don't hate the palette itself. Will I purchase this? I don't think so, but in general, I do enjoy the palette. Also, I do enjoy the smaller format, which is kind of cool. So for me, this is a skip, but I think in general, it is a really nice palette. We do have a new collection by Catrice Cosmetics, and I have to say, none of the collections that were like new collections were out yet. So this is also not out yet, at least not in my drugstore, just saying. But this is the Kiss and Glow limited edition. We do have like a highlighting stick. They remind me, and also blush sticks. They remind me a ton of the Pixie ones. You know what I mean? Like the Pixie highlighting and blush sticks and bronzer sticks as well. There is also the lip tint. This one is in one of those squeezy tubes. I absolutely hate these. I don't enjoy squeezy tubes, and I will purchase them, don't get me wrong, for the other like the other, is it Essence? I'm thinking Essence. There's also some lip liners again, and then there seem to be a lip scrub, if I'm not mistaken, or a lip balm. No, it's a glowy lip balm. I think in general this is a good collection. Like, it's really targeted for lips. Like, again, we do have the lip liner, we do have the lip balms or lip tints, and then we do have also like the blush sticks that go with all of that. I do enjoy the limited edition itself. I'm not sure if the products 100% suit me. I will have to see if they come to stores, if I like them or if I don't. Just saying, like that. I don't think this is bad. For me personally, I'm torn because I don't hate it, but I'm also not loving it. So I will see if they come to the drugstores and I can swatch these if I like them or not. And then the last product for this video is the Nomad palette, the newest. This one is the Après-Ski in Chamonix. I am not sure how that is pronounced. Is it Chamonix? Chamonix? I'm not sure. This is a more cool tone palette. We do have pinks, greens, as well as a little bit of purple in here. I think in general, this is a cute palette. We do have like deeper tones, medium tones as well as light tones, which I do like. This is though a quite cool tone palette, and it reminds me a bit of the Blend Bunny's Lure palette, which has these colors as well. So because I do have that palette and I'm using it quite not frequently because cool tones are not my jam, I will skip on this one as well. I think in general this is a cute palette. I do like it. Again, for me, this is a skip though, again, because I do have the Lure palette by Blend Buddies, and again, I don't use that quite often because, again, cool tones are not my jam, just saying. So for me, this is a skip, but in general, I do think the palette is really, really cute. I never went to whatever that is, Chamonix? I'm not even sure. So for me, that is a skip, but in general, I think this is a cute palette, just not for me. These were all the new makeup releases for this week. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please subscribe to this channel. I upload 3 times a week. Would love to have you in my small little YouTube family. If you want any of these, like, see in action on my channel, write it down in the comments below so I know that you're interested in, and then I would buy them, just saying. So yeah, if you're not interested, tell me down in the comments as well. Just having to say. Yeah, I really hope you have a beautiful week. We see us in my next video. So bye guys.